morning. It's not that early. It's 4 minutes to 8, so it's not that early. I just feel like I've been up since very early because for a long time I have really struggled to get up in the morning, like really struggled. I've kind of managed over the past few years to drag my arse out of bed by maybe 9 o'clock, 9:30. Obviously, when I've had jobs, I've most of the time managed to get up on time. But if I've had the choice or had the option, I've always just laid in bed, sleeping, normally comatose. But recently, like the past week or so, couple of weeks, I've been waking up really early and feeling fairly awake, which is a nice change. So I've been taking advantage of it and getting up and trying to maybe do a little meditation or go out and get the ponies mucked out and the sheep in the field and things like that, feed the chickens. So I kind of thought, I'm rambling now. I'm not very good at this. I've already explained that anyway. Today, hopefully, is a bit better lit. It's not the best lighting because I'm in my bedroom and I'm not a professional at this and don't really know what I'm doing. But I've got my coffee in my little Dachshund mug. How cute is that? And then inside it says Dachshund through the snow. Which made me giggle. So basically, I thought I would kind of have a little vague chat about me, about sort of like my history a little bit. So I have been using drugs and alcohol since I was probably 17, 18, probably 18. I started off with alcohol, like most people do, just drinking fairly normally, socially, and then started smoking a bit of weed, and then found the love of my life, my drug of choice, cocaine, and just thought it was the best thing in the world. It kind of spoke to me on many levels. It made me thin, it made me confident, it made me feel alive and awake, and yeah, lots of reasons, but it's a false confidence. It's not real. I know that now. But I spent probably 20 years on and off and heavily and not so heavily and abusing cocaine and alcohol, and I smoked weed pretty much the whole time as well, but that was never really like my drug of choice. I just used that to sort of bring me down off the buzz of the coke, as I did with the alcohol. Excuse the dodgy nails, that will be being rectified today, hopefully. It's a bit hideous. So it's taken me, I've been through rehab once in 2001, I think, and that didn't work. I'm not going to say it had no value, me going, because I think back to it now and I draw on my experience there and think, okay, that what they said there made sense, and I can use that now. I got clean, finally, and sober on the 13th of December last year. Not the year before last, sorry, I keep forgetting it's 2020. On, say, 2018. And I can't really say what changed. I vividly remember sort of sitting in my car, waiting to pick up drugs and thinking, this is it. This is going to be the last time I do this. And I think I'd probably said that to myself quite a few times before, and I don't know if I necessarily believed it, but something inside me kind of just felt different. I was just fucking tired. You know what I mean? And they say sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I really was. It was, God, using drugs is hard work. It's fucking hard work. I mean, they say getting clean is tough, but God, there's nothing as hard work as using and being an addict. That's some tough, hardcore shit. So yeah, I kind of stopped. I spent all the money I had, which was kind of commonplace, and I did that all the time. But I spent all the money I had on my last load of drugs and did them all within a few hours, and then was pretty hideous over 2018 Christmas. I don't remember a lot of it. I was either asleep or crying or being incredibly horrible, I think. I wasn't in a good place. I think I'd been, for the past sort of 6 to 9 months, I'd been using daily, quite heavily, drinking a lot, and I'd kind of was detoxing, I suppose. I don't think I was never physically dependent on cocaine. I don't know if I suppose it is a possible thing, but I don't think it's like a drug that you necessarily get physically dependent on. But emotionally and mentally, absolutely, yeah, definitely was. I used it to feel normal. And I know that now, and that's kind of a little bit come along, or not come along, because I suffer from bipolar type 2 disorder, ADHD, and general anxiety disorder. So I've kind of, and I was misdiagnosed for many years. I've been on antidepressants since I was 16, but it took many, many doctors, and eventually a man who is still now my psychiatrist, to diagnose firstly the bipolar and then the ADHD, and anxiety has been there since forever, really, but that wasn't really diagnosed officially for a while. So I live my life on a bit of a cocktail of drugs, legal ones now, but I think I've been on a cocktail of medication since I was 16, but and it's kind of increased fairly dramatically over the years as the diagnoses have appeared. But I'm taking less now than I have been for a long time. This time 2 years ago, I was on an enormous amount of drugs, legal and non-legal. But because of the illegal drugs, my prescription drugs weren't obviously having the effect they should have been having. They weren't working because I was off my tits on Charlie. So, and alcohol and marijuana, and yeah, they were my three. So now I'm not using and drinking. My prescription drugs are actually working. So, which is great. It is great. I feel so much better. Oh, so much better. I can't tell you how much better I feel. I mean, the problem I find now is that I have to sit with my feelings, and this is not going to be news to any addicts that I've got in recovery that might happen to watch this. This is not news to you guys. You know, it's hard. It's really hard, and I struggle with it daily, pretty much at some point, especially with the bipolar. and the anxiety, that if something comes up and I've got a feeling that I'm not comfortable with, my mood will change, like rapid, and the anxiety is always there. It's always niggling at me in my brain all the time. I will just show you the source of most of my anxiety. This is, where is he? There he is. You see him? He is sleeping. There's his bottom. That's my Chewini. His name is Woo. Well, his name is Jack, but I call him Woo. He is called Chewini Woo. He is my baby. He is my whole world. I love him to pieces and pieces. Oh, I would die for him. And I will introduce you to him properly at some point when he's not sleeping. But yeah, I think I might leave it there now. I realise I've kind of rambled a little bit, and I don't know how coherent that was and how much sense that made and how much it flowed, but that's kind of a very patchy, brief, garbled bit of background to me. I'm going to try and do like some little bits of content throughout the day, maybe just kind of take a few clips of what I'm up to and mash it all together at the end of the day and potentially post that and kind of maybe introduce you to some of my creatures and where I live and maybe some of the stuff that I'm cooking, if I'm cooking, and I am trying, last year I got pretty into some fitness, so and I've taken up yoga, so I might include some of that, and yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I don't really know what's going to happen. It's all a bit up in the air, but we will see, and I doubt many people will watch this, but that's really not the point. This is about me. So yeah, but I'm going to go and drink my coffee now before it goes cold, because that would be sad. And maybe I'll see you later. Bye.